The chef took the knife and tried to cut the lobster, and suddenly you find some mysterious liquid under the lobster. He wanted to pick up the lobster and see what it was, but the next second, got sprayed all over him. The angry chef called the apprentice to get rid of the lobster, but the apprentice is in the process of processing, got sprayed, too. When they all thought, that's just when the lobster dies. The chef felt suddenly weak on his way home from work. He thought he was just tired from work, keep going home, but he hadn't taken a few steps before he fell to the ground, vomiting a lot of black liquid at the mouth. He was later declared dead. This is the latest creation by the Game of Thrones team. Sci-fi disaster movie population. The film received critical acclaim upon its release. Read the netizen all said, "I thought it was just a regular movie. I didn't realize it was going up. The plot is no nonsense review. Maybe there really are intelligent creatures living at the bottom of the ocean. As humans gradually pollute the oceans, the oceans have also begun. They fought back against humanity. All this. Let's start with a fisherman who is about to go out to sea to catch fish. Men are the most capable fishermen in this village. Every time at sea, he heads to deeper waters to catch fish. The same is true this time. The danger came just this time, as men cast their nets, looking forward to catching the big fish. But how can the recovered nets not pull? With one mighty push from him, the man was dragged into the sea by the reaction. He didn't want to lose the fishing nets that kept him alive, so he went down to try to get the net back, but he had just dived to the bottom. But suddenly the light began to fade. He looked up and noticed, there's a dense swarm of fish overhead, and now it was too late for him to escape. Men can only watch, watching the fish drown themselves. And then at an observation station by the sea, a biologist named Charlie suddenly received a forearm malfunction message. For important observational data, Charlie hurried to the beacon, got the observer back. Under the inspection of a technician, it was discovered that the circuit board was damaged due to water leakage. After reinstalling the new circuit board, Charlie and her assistant picked up her boyfriend and headed to the target waters. Relaunch. They just dropped the drone. The boyfriend suddenly realized, white blobs of white smoke were floating on the water. Zayalot. Without haste, the object was pulled out of the water, and then lighted with a lighter. This is methane hydrate. Methane hydrate is also known as combustible ice. It is formed by the accumulation of algae that die and sink on the ocean floor. When it breaks down, it releases methane, but it freezes because of the low temperature. It's usually very hard to see them breaking off and coming to the surface.
Looks like a hell of a lot. More than just a few pieces.
It's amazing how much combustible ice is coming to the surface. Charlie's been working in marine conservation for years. This is the first time I've ever seen this. To find out why, Charlie recorded these images, sent it back to headquarters for research. On the other side of the sea, a killer whale covered in weird wounds, washed ashore. To find out the reason, Leon, also a marine biologist. The wind leads us to a bay. By experienced fishermen, he learned that 2 hours ago when they went out to sea, there was a killer whale, launched an attack on their fishing boat, and severely damaged the ship. For one's own protection, the fishermen fought back with sickles, knives, and forks. Maybe it's the one on the beach.